Well, it seems like Ubisoft is desperate to make Assassin's Creed Shadows seem like a success. This game has terrible voice acting, terrible facial animations, a boring story, terrible main characters, terrible dialogue, and it's the same Ubisoft formula that we've seen 1,000 times already. Ubisoft games are boring, there's a bunch of obnoxious microtransactions, nobody likes Yasuke, and there's so many other things wrong with this game. But now Ubisoft is celebrating this failure with misleading numbers, and they tweeted about that. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. And Ubisoft posted this tweet right here. It says, 2 million players. We're thrilled to celebrate this incredible milestone. Assassin's Creed Shadows has now surpassed the launches of Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. Thank you for joining the journey in Feudal Japan. This is obviously misleading. Notice how they said 2 million players and not 2 million copies sold. Because if they sold that much copies, they would just say it. But they try to make themselves look better than they actually are. Well, we all know majority of these players are a part of that Ubisoft Uplay, Uplus, whatever it's called. All these different publishers want their own launcher because they don't want to pay Steam 30%. It's so annoying. PC players don't want to deal with that. That's where a lot of the players are. Because why would you pay $70 if you can subscribe to Ubisoft for like $15? Maybe, I don't know what it costs. I don't care. You can just pay that instead of paying the full price for the game. And then you can just end your subscription the month after. So who even knows what the actual sales numbers are? I assume most of it will be on console because this is just a console normie game. This is the Call of Duty of the action adventure genre. So a bunch of normie retards would just support these companies even though these companies are shit, even though they're trying to nickel and dime you. Even though, I almost forgot to mention, they were giving out free review codes. Yes, they were literally giving out copies of the game. I can show it in this tweet right here. It says, oops, we dropped some free game keys for UB Connect. You know damn well if a company's game is doing well, they are not giving away anything for free. The only companies that give away stuff for free are companies that are desperate to get their products out to customers. Nobody who knows that they are doing well will just give their product for free if they know people are going to buy it. This is fucking pathetic. I'm not sure if they gave away free codes for previous Ubisoft games or previous Assassin's Creed games because I don't fucking care about this trash company. They're garbage, but this is fucking suspicious. But of course, because Ubisoft has announced a huge amount of players, a lot of people are claiming they got a gotcha moment on the chud. I don't know what the fuck that word means. What the fuck is a chud? But they're claiming oh my god, I hate the internet. But they are claiming they got a gotcha moment on the culture war grifters. Like this mainstream idiot who simps for every fucking AAA game that comes out, Synth Potato. And he said this, Assassin's Creed Shadows has officially surpassed 2 million players in just 2 days. So much for the go woke, go broke. An Assassin's Creed game scoring 80 plus and set in Japan was always going to be a massive success, and no outrage campaign was actually going to make a dent in that in any form. Good games sell well. Woke or not will never have anything to do with it. Well, a lot of people said the game is not even that good. Second of all, you're too stupid to realize that 2 million players is not 2 million copies sold. And second, you have culture war derangement syndrome. You talk about the people you hate more than the people you hate talk about you. And that goes for every weirdo on Twitter who wants a gotcha moment on people they do not like. Do you have a life? Do you have a job? No one ever claimed that the game was going to fail completely. No one ever claimed this game is going to be a massive failure. We just said it isn't going to do as well as it could have if they didn't have this black samurai protagonist in the game. And plus an 80 on Metacritic is worse than many other Assassin's Creed games. And we have a tweet from another show that is just calling everyone racist because nobody has any brains anymore. They just have to spam the word racism, which means literally nothing nowadays. It's a useless word. There's no such thing at this point. It's a joke. And here it is. It says, right-wing grifters in the gaming space preyed on the downfall of this game for having a black main character in a game about Japan. When you are extreme and complain about every little thing, it doesn't work. What works is success, and Assassin's Creed displayed that with this incredible game. Not to make this a left versus right thing, but as a centrist, of course, it's just funny to see movements about something that shouldn't have outrage get a ton of hate, then it turns out to be why wildly successful. Let's stop being extreme and enjoy the great games that these companies give us. Let's praise great games again and stop making everything political. I love you all. Shut the fuck up. Nobody's being extreme and nobody's hating the game for simply having a black main character. The main character of an Assassin's Creed game is meant to represent the local population. A black African does not represent the local population of feudal Japan. This is also the first time that we are playing as a real life person that actually existed. Assassin's Creed games usually create a fictional character to represent the setting. So you're misrepresenting the argument that you disagree with. I just find it so funny whenever I hear someone call themselves a centrist, they end up not being a centrist. It just sounds like you got fucking paid. Holy shit. You said let's praise great games again and stop making everything political? The fact that Yasuke is even the main character is political, you stupid fuck. We didn't make gaming political. Companies did by shoving their politics into games. Companies started the culture war, not gamers, not customers, companies. So stop claiming that we are making it political. You are making this political with this tweet. You so-called centrists using the term right-wing grifters, or whatever. You get the idea behind all of these different tweets. Ubisoft is trying to inflate their numbers with a Uplay subscription program. They're not telling us how many people actually paid $70. They're not telling us their profit. They're not telling us how many copies were sold of the game. They're telling us how many people touched the game. It could even include people who bought the game on Steam and refunded it. That is still considered a player. So when I hear the term players and not copies sold, I automatically assume it's a red flag. This game is not going to save your dying company, Ubisoft. Your stock has been falling for a long time. People are sick of your fucking company. Your games suck. And you think you can pay off a bunch of shills and journalists on the internet to make people think that your game is good when it's not. Because if it was good, you would talk about copies sold instead of players. But all we have to do is just wait and see how well this game will do as time moves on. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows, go fuck yourself.